Nothing like a nice day at the beach to catch some rays, relax, and listen to your favorite music. I'm a Sonos guy, and I've been trying out the Sonos Move for a while now to listen to my favorite tunes while on the go. But it is a little bit larger, so I'm kind of excited. They've come out with a newer incarnation of their outdoor speakers. This is the Sonos Roam. A little pricey, up at around $230. And today we're gonna have a look at this and compare it to one of the competitors out there. This is the Anker Soundcore, and it's only 50 bucks. Does it stack up? Let's find out. Do you like videos about beaches? We're not your channel. But if you do like videos about the latest tech gear and how it works, make sure you subscribe to ours and hit that little notification button so you know when we come out with new ones. So it's interesting, we're comparing two speakers at vastly different prices. They look similar in size and shape, but again, the Sonos Roam is coming in over $200 and the Anker Power Core is coming in at 50 bucks. You can almost get 5 of these for one of these. Is it worth the price? Well, let's start looking at some of the differences and the similarities. And there's a lot that is similar. On top of the Sonos is where you control most of the functions on here. It's got the plus and minus for things like the volume, the play, pause, and it also has a little mic button here as well to turn the mic on and off. On the Anker Soundcore, they've got all the buttons up top here too. They've got the power button up top here. They've got the plus and minus, of course, the play, pause button, and a Bluetooth button as well to get right into Bluetooth mode. So it's got the power, which is a micro USB. On the Sonos, it's actually USB-C. And on the Anker, it also has a auxiliary input jack. So if you want to physically run a cable from your phone, for example, into the speaker, you could do that. You can't do that with the Sonos Roam. It is purely wireless with Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. Also, I forgot to mention that there is an on-off button on the back of the Sonos Roam. Water resistance rating, that is a big difference between the two, to be honest. The Sonos comes in at an IP67 water resistance rating, and the Anker comes in at an IPX5. And the difference there is that the Sonos, you could actually submerge underwater. You wouldn't want to do that with the Anker. So with that particular rating, you can actually submerge it for up to an hour down to about 30 meters of water, which I'm not going to be diving with this, but it's nice to know that if it did fall in a pool or a lake or into the ocean here, I don't have to worry about it wrecking the actual speaker. Well, let's talk about connectivity now, starting with charging. As I mentioned before, Sonos, they use USB-C, Anker uses the micro USB, and they come with the cable, but they don't come with the little charging block. So you're on your own there, but if you're like me, you probably have a drawer full of those, so not to worry. One aspect of Sonos that has an advantage over the Anker is that you can also wirelessly charge it, which I kind of appreciate. You basically put this onto any Qi-compatible wireless charging pad. Those are the same pads you would charge all the new smartphones that have that wireless charging capability. So as far as battery life, the Anker is pretty good. It actually can go for 24 hours. Sonos will go for, I think, around 10 hours. So Anker is almost 2.5 times as much, which is a nice feature. As far as being able to connect music to it, they both do Bluetooth. I think Anker is 4.2 Bluetooth and the Sonos is 5.0. With the Anker, you can plug in a cable into the auxiliary port on here. So if you want to run a wire from this to your smartphone, you can do that. With the Sonos and this particular ecosystem, it also has Wi-Fi capability. And so if you've got a Sonos system at home, when you come home, it'll actually work seamlessly with that, and also the Sonos app as well, which can control all your music and settings and everything, which is kind of a nice feature. And you can also do firmware updates through the Wi-Fi capability of the app too. And finally, it also has AirPlay 2, which the Anker doesn't. So if you're in the Apple world and an Apple fanboy or girl, this is definitely something that would be up your alley. And before I forget, we live in a voice assistant world. They both have the capability to use voice assistants. The Anker can tune in with Alexa. There's a way to actually hook this up into a multi-room system in your house and use the Alexa voice assistant. With Sonos, you do have the choice between Google and Alexa, which is a nice feature. But that being said, that only works when you're at home on the Wi-Fi system. If you're hooked up via Bluetooth, it doesn't work. So probably the most important part of any speaker review is how good are the speakers themselves. I've had a chance to actually try both of them, and they're both good. There's no question that the Sonos does provide, I think, an overall better sound experience. It's got 2 built-in amplifiers, a tweeter, a mid-woofer. I find no matter what volume level I have it at, even at a highest level, there's no distortion, and it's just kind of a rich, uniform sound. Sonos also has a feature built into it, the Sonos Roam does, called True Play, and this is something that they have in many of their speakers. It can actually measure the room and adjust the properties of the speaker to best match that room. So it's kind of making it the audio for your living room or outside or whatever room you might have it in. The Anker is just what you see is what you get. But that being said, the Anker is pretty good. You can turn this thing up full blast and it's not distorting whatsoever. It's beautiful. And let's be honest, at the end of the day, you're on the beach, you're listening to your favorite tunes. Unless you're one of these high-end audiophiles, it's probably not going to make a huge amount of difference to you. You're going to have an enjoyable experience with either of them. And then it just comes down to the price and kind of what ecosystem you're in. And that's, I guess, a big thing with technology now, ecosystems. If you are a Sonos person, if you've already got Sonos at home, you're probably going to gravitate towards the Sonos Roam. It just kind of fits in your world. If you don't have anything like that, you might be drawn towards the Anker. You can't beat the price. Like I said, you can get 5 of these almost for the price of one of the Sonos Roams. So you don't even have to worry about this thing getting wet or falling in water. You could just go buy another one and you'd still be ahead of the game as far as the cost is concerned. But you know, it's almost like that beer commercial from Carlsberg. I don't know if you remember that. Welcome to your Carlsberg years. And I guess that's what Sonos would be. So let's hear from you now. We've looked at these 2 speakers. There's definitely a big price difference. Would you pay $50 or $230? We want to know. Make sure you leave that down in the comments below. Of course, we want you to subscribe to our channel, do that too, and always hit that notification button.